In this video we will be talking about the 3 points method to teach in work objects. The 3 points method is a way to actually use the robot as a sort of, to just use the robot to find your work object. This method is in the jogging menu. Normally you would have what is a good workflow is to have your to actually load your program first. So we go to production window, and so you have loaded your program here, and that calls your work object, which you actually are referencing in your code, in your instructions, in your move instructions. That work object that you're using here is now loaded into the system. You can see this by, if you go to the jogging, then you can see here a work object. It has your work object. So in this case it's called work object auto upload. So this is the work object that is actually in my program. So I can actually select it here, and I can then press edit, and I can say define. And now in this screen I select as the use method 3 points, and now I see here 3 points: point x1, point x2, point y1. Point x1 will be your will be the origin of your coordinate system of your work object. Point x2 will be on this x-axis, and point y1 will be on the y-axis. So these 3 points, of course, they define they define a plane basically. And if we now for example, let's imagine we want our work object to be here on this gray square, and we want the origin to be here. We want the x-axis to be along this line, and the y-axis is along this line. So x1 will be here, then this will be the origin. x2 will be somewhere along this line. Doesn't really matter where, as long as as long as it's on the line. And y1 will be also on this line then. It doesn't matter where it is on the line. However, of course, if you choose it very close to your origin, then your jogging in accuracy will be amplified. If you choose it further away, any jogging inaccuracies will be less influencing your end result. That is for both axes, of course. So now what we are going to do, we need to jog towards that towards the first point. I will change to let me see. No, sorry, wrong window. I will go to the axis mode. I think I'm now on axis mode. Yes, I am, but I'm on the wrong axis mode. This is, by the way, this is not necessary to go to the axis mode, but this is just, for now, it's just easy for me, because then I can easily go to the position that I want to go to. Otherwise I need to first reorientate and etc. And now it's actually a bit easier. So I can just go like this, okay, and okay. So basically, let me see, now I can I'm going to switch to linear mode. Okay, I'm close to singularity. Of course, this is not a really easy. Okay, let's just go a bit. Let's take the origin a bit further. So we'll doing the same. I'll doing the same. I'll doing the same direction, but I'm going to place my coordinate system here. So y-axis here, x-axis here, to avoid this singularity problems, because that's not really teaching you anything here. Just teaches you that singularity problems are annoying, and that with the small robot you bump into them even more easy for some reason. For this demo, it doesn't really matter how precise I will be, because I'm not going to use this actual work object. But of course, if you're actually using this in a real method, then precision is, of course, depending on your situation, might be very important. For now, so what I'm actually doing is I'm jogging the tool center point, to my origin. And as you may or may not see on the camera, the suction cup is now sort of almost touching the surface. So for this demo, it's good enough for me. So now I will press, let me switch screen. Now I will press here X1. I will press, and it's selected now, and I can now choose modify position, and then you can see here it says modified, so that means it's now saved. Now I'm going to jog towards X2, and so that's just simply a bit further along this line. So here I will now, again I'm close to singularity. Well, it's no problem, I'm already there where I want to be. It's far enough. And now I press modify position again, so now it says modified. And now I just need to go to the point on the y-axis. So I will just move back to here, and now I will move to any point on the y-axis. Okay, so I say modify the y1 position, say save. Now all 3 points are now modified, which means saved in this case, sort of, and I say OK, and now it's calculating the coordinate system. You see the results in the screen, but they're grayed out. So x is 470, y is 4.6, and z is 11. And also the quaternions are shown here. And so you can see quaternion 1 is 1, quaternion 2 is almost 0, quaternion 3 is almost 0, and quaternion 4 is almost 0. They're very, very small. I don't know if you can see it good on the screen. This is because the coordinate system that we have chosen is actually the same. It's the same direction as the world coordinate system. So there's no real rotation going on, and zero rotation is in fact 1 0 0 0. And well, you don't need to understand that. For example, that's just something I know, that I just remembered that zero rotation is 1 0 0 0, or at least I know, maybe I don't know this by heart, but I know at least that zero rotation will be something with ones and zeros. I don't know maybe where the ones or the zeros are, but if you go 90 degrees rotations, it's always ones with zeros somewhere. But of course it's more accurate, so you will see these comma numbers. And now I can press OK, and now this work object auto upload is now updated with this new values. be aware that these values are now stored in this system, in the flex pendant. However, it is not written to this program, as in it's not updated in this program. So for example, if I would now with my with my FTP program, with my FileZilla, I would now transfer this program back from the controller to my laptop. I would not see these new values. So also, for example, if I now would like to update my program because I made some mistake or I want to add some functionality, but I want to keep this work object that I just teached in, I actually need to copy the values to my program, to my laptop. So the way that I can do is I can go back to this work object, and there's work objects, and I can press edit, and then I can press change value, and then when I press change value, I can scroll down and I see here the X, the Y, the Z. So these numbers I can just copy to my script, and then next time I upload my script, it will be also having this work object. This is one way to do it. There is also for some of these controllers, there's a web page which is hosted on the controller and which I can visit from my browser to actually read out these values that are here, to read them out in my web page, and then I can easily copy them. But that's not part of this video, but just so you know, there's also a more easy method to copy this. That's it. Thank you, and see you next video.